It's been 50 years since the War of the Wilds, and still nothing grows on the Kindlelands. The exact day the flora of the world stood up and ravaged the cities of the Graynor Peninsula is lost to the ages. After the Great Fire tore its way from west to east, turning the land barren and fallow, the otherworldly patrons, the guides, and the great cities of the Kindlelands worked together in their own way to bring a kind of peace to a war-torn people. It is a gentle, delicate balance, and something or someone threatens it. Welcome to Another Path. My name is Chase, and I'll be your GM. Today, our heroes start to wander the small Lumberton of Ground, make some friends, and reconnect with family. As a reminder, the best way to support the show is to check out our Patreon at patreon.com/anotherpath, where we have a bunch of backer tiers such as a Discord channel, exclusive content, and on-the-air thanks for donating. Speaking of which, thank you to Kim and Brayden for their support. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy your trip down another path.
Boys, do we want to talk about our level ups?
If you don't mind, I'm just gonna jump into mine because mine's real short.
Yeah, what'd you get?
Do it.
Got that classic HP increase up to 49.
What level did you
hold on, back up. Yeah, which class did you go?
Oh, I went up Bard, so level
Yay.
2 Bard, level 5 Warlock is where I'm at right now.
Nice.
Right? Yeah?
Yeah, we're at 7.
That sounds right.
Cool. So yeah. So 49 hit points. I got 1 new spell slot, first level. I got 1 new spell. I took Crown of Madness.
Oh, no.
Nice.
Was very on brand, no. I felt.
That's wonderful.
Oh, no.
I felt it was on brand. I got Jack of all trades. So all of my skills that I don't have proficiency in get half my proficiency bonus, which beefed me up a shit ton.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, you just do a lot more now.
Yeah,
and then I are better at everything.
And then I got Song of Rest. So if we take short rests, I can give us that extra D6 to heal with. So
cool.
And that's
we will probably forget that every time.
Yeah.
Mine's
we don't
pretty
take
short
brief.
rest that often.
Yeah.
That's true.
Mine's pretty brief, so I'll knock that out. I took my 3rd level into Druid.
Nice.
So my HP has gone up to 62.
Man, you left me in the dust.
Barbarian.
We were like neck and neck for a bit.
Barbarian levels, bruh. Also, I upped my con, so that helped out. Last level. And the main thing is I got level 2 spells for Druid spells now.
Ooh,
I took Thorn.
Cool.
So I've got that, and some of the new level 2 mainstays, as I will come to suspect, include Flame Blade, Enhance Ability, and
Nice.
Moonbeam.
Ooh, Moonbeam.
Moonbeam is fun. And Enhance Ability is going to come in handy.
Yes.
That will probably actually be the one you use the most.
Also, Mordecai with just a flaming great axe, just like.
Well, that's not what Flame Blade does. It makes like a one-handed sword just made out of fire.
Oh, gotcha.
You don't,
I thought that was one of those
weapon.
things that would. Yeah, I thought that was like it wreathed to your weapon, which would
only.
be. Which would be baller as
But
fuck.
as far as I can tell based on the rules, I can still I can't rage with my Flame Blade, but I can reckless with it. So
Nice.
that's
Cool.
That's pretty much me. Ryan?
Well, see, here's the thing. I don't know how we're going to do this, Chase.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting because for those of you playing along at home, I've taken level 1 into Cleric.
Woo!
This level up, so we are all officially multi-class. We can all never be as powerful as we wanted to be. But it's okay, because the story demands it.
And trading power for flexibility is absolutely a worthwhile thing to do, usually.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, there's nothing wrong with that, especially when you're a fighter, because there's only so many things you can do, and you run out of ideas real quick. So I've taken level 1 into Cleric, and that brings me to a whopping, and very satisfying 75 hit points.
Yeah, dog.
Ooh.
So that's fun. And then I get
nipping at your heels there.
Yeah, I don't think clerics get as much HP as fighters, so it went down a little bit this time, but that's fine. And then at level 1, you pick your domain, so I went War Cleric.
Ooh,
Naturally.
it's fitting.
Which is wonderful. And War Priest lets you up to your wisdom modifier, use your bonus action for one additional attack if you use the attack action that round. So I can just hit things more, which is great. But then I also get magic.
Yeah.
Which is the real reason to multi-class here.
Yeah,
and this is where story trumps mechanics, because the way we're going to do this is Jackson's not going to be able to cast spells immediately. He's going to have to figure it out and make it all happen.
Sure.
In the heat of the moment. So,
heat of the moment.
So I get Divine Favor and Shield of Faith as my war domain spells, and then I've got a couple of cantrips as well. And then, I've only got 2 spell slots, and I've only got a couple of level 1 spells, but we're going to keep all those under wraps for right now, especially since clerics are prepared, not learned spell. So, by the time it happens that I even cast a first spell, these might not even be the same spells I have. So
It's true.
However, I would like to share with you boys spell cards.
Ooh, nice.
For those of you at home, go look it up on the internet.
Spell cards.
But I found the cleric spell card set and the Xanathar spell card set at the game room down the street, and they were having a sale. So I was like, yes, please. I will use these for a long time.
Yes, yeah, for real.
So that's a long-winded level up, but Chase, what do you want to say about how this is going to work?
For those keeping track at home who are very concerned about how the prepared spells thing is going to work, just so we don't have to rehash pretty much the same thing over and over and over again every time the boys take a long rest, Ryan has a typical kit of spells that he is going to have prepared, and if that changes, he will Facebook message me, because that's how we're talking right now, so it's very easy for us to have access to that.
And it's worth pointing out that I can't swap out domain spells. I just have those. And I also can't swap out cantrips per rules as written. So the only thing I'm swapping out is my prepared spells. And because my wisdom modifier is awful, and I'm only a level 1 cleric, I only get to prepare 2 spells.
Pretty simple. The 4 of you stand in the wagon of one Mr. Willow, revealed to be Mordecai's dad. The sun beats down on the wood, enhancing the earthy scent and making the entire experience very uncomfortable. He stands a few inches shorter than Mordecai, stockier and grayer, but ultimately a good likeness of the barbarian druid. He stands there, posture visibly vacillating between himself and the persona of the general, the fiendish cold steel lurking behind the shifter's eyes. I've been here a few days at this point, and no one has mentioned anything about anyone being missing, which is good, but there is something deeper going on here, and we still need to find and rescue these missing folks.
First things first, which one of you am I talking to right now?
I am your father.
Alright. Because you got the whole, the thing that I've got right now?
Of course!
Oh, jeez.
It's good to get a good look at you from the outside before I have to be spending so much time. Well, will you please shut it?
Oh, so you're familiar. Excellent.
Zafiir's just like, I feel me and Jackson are probably next to each other, just doing the back and forth.
Do we break? I don't want to break up the family reunion, but this isn't completely a family reunion.
And Zafiir looks at Jackson and is just like, what the fuck is this guy's problem?
I don't know.
As you sit there and talk to it, you're like,
Zafiir, the last thing we did was save my city from a giant tree that is now inside me, so this actually seems pretty normal.
Alright, here's a question I have for Chase. My question for Chase is, how much does Mordecai know already about Mavo, the Lord of the Pack?
Make me a history check.
14.
You would actually have a pretty good... Actually, with a 14, you would have at the very least, a passing familiarity with all 4 of the lords.
Okay.
You have Yarrow, Lord of Reaping, Linso, Lord of Storms, Gallo, Lord of Tangle, and Mavo, Lord of the Pack.
So Mavo's... what, he's got agents in the area? You suspect he's behind this?
I know an old enemy when I see one. And ever since the incident, I have been keeping an eye out. We stopped him. Barely. But we stopped him that time. It was Mavo who did it. I've been waiting for Mavo to take another shot at us ever since. And I sensed him creeping over the wall like the fungus he is.
What?
And now we're gonna strike. We're gonna strike him when he doesn't know that we're here.
You're talking about a full-blown... he's here. Not people under his thrall, not his...
His agents are here.
About to say, Dad, God, you gotta make that distinction. We're 4 dudes!
I'm the general, and you will keep us
Whatever,
straight.
God. This is a little weird. Don't know if you picked that up on that yet.
I'm well aware. Trust me, I'm aware.
Zafiir now leans over to Mordecai, and he's like, am I the only one that is glad that Jackson did not take the fiends? Because I feel like Jackson and the general together would just be hilarity, am I right?
Well, our voices are very similar. It's wonderful.
You just see him, like, look up and ponder that very intensely for a moment.
Would that make me General Jackson? Or us?
We cannot let these things go to his
Have we
head.
made introductions yet? I forget.
Not entirely.
Hey, can I talk to my dad again for a second?
I'm right here. I never leave. He just kind of like pushes me to the side, but I can still hear and see and do all of that. He just kind of
cool.
He grabs the wheel for a second. He grabs the reins for a second. There are no wheels.
Yeah.
There are no wheels.
Dad, Jackson, Zafiir. Jackson, Zafiir, my dad.
Pleasure.
Jackson.
Papa hug.
You can call me Salix, please.
Jackson kind of comes to attention
Okay.
and salutes, but is very unsure. Sir, I don't know where you are in the hierarchy, but I feel like you're above me, and that's really all that matters. So, okay, sir, I've got a problem because I now have conflicting orders.
Okay.
So you're telling us to do one thing, and the king's telling us to do another thing, and those are in direct conflict. Because the king says we should throw you in a bag and take you back to Concentre to make this whole thing happen. And you're telling us not to do that.
I don't think a bag was mentioned.
Well, I may be taking a little bit of liberty with the interpretation of orders, but we are supposed to get you back to Concentre, like, now, so that we can get you out of Mr. Salix Willow Bulwark and into
Papa.
Junior. And that's supposed to happen, like, now, but it can't happen here. But you're telling us not to do that now, so I'm very confused.
Here, let me help. It's not really that my dad's giving the orders, it's the fucking general who's giving the orders. Because I highly doubt he's gonna do a damn thing that we want until we complete whatever his fucking mission is. Do I basically have the gist of this?
More or less.
Yeah. So, whether we want to or not, we're stuck with this, and I just point to my dad, until the general feels so inclined to help us out, give us anything.
Don't call him a this. He is your father.
Zafiir, this is very weird for me. Don't make it worse. I'm trying to deal with this.
This is a whole new level of daddy issues.
And I have enough of those for all 3 of us.
I haven't even had any yet. This is new to me. Give me something. Anyway.
But seriously,
that
seriously
was a spike.
though, you two, we have not been, and I'm saying this like knowing the general is standing right there.
Yeah.
Sure.
We have not done a good job of just doing what the patrons want us to do, because first off, they didn't even want us taking them in us like this. And then, you remember when Carrie promised to tell us all our futures and make things happen, and we just said no
was a
to what
test.
that patron wanted? Like, I mean, I'm all for I don't think that was a test. I think he just wants out, and I'm a little scared for what happens when those eyeballs floating up your arm just go all over the world. But I don't hate this idea if we're going to help some people. And I don't know what's happening over the wall, but if over the wall is here and we're talking about a C-34 situation, then I'm on board. But we are kind of ignoring orders unless somebody wants to get real creative with the interpretation of those orders. Zafiir.
Yes, hello. I am Zafiir. Well, first and foremost, I'm pretty sure that this was what the Wanderer wanted, was the Aegis instead of the consolidation, but, the way I am looking at this is a side quest, if you will.
I'd rather you didn't. We understand.
Could you elaborate on what a side quest is? Is this like those? Is this
to move forward in our grand overarching task? We must complete a smaller one. This is just one step in our larger orders to bring them back to Concentre.
I'd like to make an intelligence check for understanding of side quests.
Absolutely.
Hey, before you take that and tell us what it is, if you want a bardic inspiration, you have a bardic inspiration.
Okay, great. Because
see how well I explained that.
Is that
if you expend bardic inspiration on every intelligence check that Jackson makes, we're not going to have any bardic inspirations for the important rolls.
Hey, I've got guidance also.
Oh my god.
So that's actually a 22.
Oh,
yeah!
You get it. By gum, I think he's got it.
I think I've got it. I think I've got it.
That looks like he's got it.
All right. Oh. Let's side quest.
Excellent.
All right, so, Dad, what do you know? Who's been taken? Where did they go? What are we up against? Recon's your game. You gotta know something.
We've got 3 missing. City's teacher, one of the woodswomen, and a veteran. Way I see it, we've got 2 options. We could talk to people around town, see what they know, or we can look around the wilderness. I've been doing this and that of both over the past couple of days, but while trying to maintain cover, it's been kind of touch and go. It's taking longer than I want to. But with you 3 here, if you play into the role of specifically finding the missing folks without mentioning Mavo, we might be able to make some actual headway. If you guys are just talking to folks around town that without mentioning Mavo, that should be fine. The other option, though, is to actually look in the countryside. There's only one place people could have gone, and that's out there into the Lumber Isles. There's a bit of tree line and a fair number of hidey holes out there. There's mines, a couple of ruins. Fuck, I don't know. They could be fucking anywhere out there.
Are you undercover to hide from Mavo's sight? Is that what's up?
Yeah. I'm just trying to keep things played as low as possible. People on the other side of the wall knew who I was and know what I look like. And if they see me here, if he's got one of his spies that knows what I look like, it's game over. Right then and there. We're not going to have any time to stop whatever it is that they're planning.
Here's the question. And you can see Mordecai, he's building up the courage to ask this question. He's super uncomfortable with asking this. Do I need to resume cover?
At this point, I'm fairly certain that I blew that cover with getting you guys out of the bar. I didn't run up to you and refer to you as Ash. If I had done that, even then, that wouldn't have been great because they know what you look like as well. But
right.
If it helps, I was technically, I'm just going to do this out of character. I had cast Disguise Self on myself when I went into that bar.
That's true.
So.
Oh, yeah.
So, if no one knows what I actually look like.
That's fair. That's fair.
Oh, yeah. What's your stupid name?
Laszlo Sose?
Laszlo Sose, yeah.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello, my name is Laszlo Sose.
It's just as bad the second time.
Are you just playing your character from Noises Off?
No. No, I am not. That was Gary Lejeune. Thank you.
Okay. And at this point, I just turn my back to Dad, and I just look at my boys. Okay, so this needs to get done one way or the other, and from what it sounds like, erring on the side of discretion would be the better option here. Now, Jackson, I know that's not your strong suit, but
I am better at it now.
that is fair.
And then the smile just goes away.
That is right. So, Zafiir, you're probably going to be right at home here.
Yeah.
So for the mechanical purposes of explaining what the fuck is going on,
Sure.
Please.
I have essentially 2 paths of minigames.
I would like to take
Don't say it.
another path, please.
Look, fucking stepping on my jokes. Give me,
Or at least the path less traveled.
you know what? And you might get a chance to do that.
Okay.
Can I take the path of least resistance?
There we go. Griffin,
And here is my path joke.
I was going to say it's Griffin's turn. Teeing it up.
So we've got 2 routes that y'all can go. There is the path of the people about town. This is where you are just talking to people in the city and see what they know and see if you can maybe get some information about the folks that went missing. You can also go off into the woods themselves and just look. Salix did say that there were a couple of hidey holes and places out in the woods that they could be hiding. That would be a really great way to catch a lead and see if there's maybe someplace they could have gone.
Okay.
Better
Can
to
we take...
What do you think, guys? Should we all stay together, do the same things, or split up and cover more ground? Seems like we're just trying to find out as much as we can really quickly, so is there any sort of time limit on this, General Sebulbark?
The sooner we finish this, the sooner we can at least get a heading of where they are, the better. I don't like how long they've been gone. Some of these, who was it? The teacher has been gone for nearly a full week and a half at this point, and I don't like his odds at this point.
Right, so there is a bit of a ticking clock, so maybe splitting up and all of us just trying to find out as much as we can as quickly as we can is for the best.
That's not a terrible idea. I know my vote's for heading out into the wild. I'm not one for talking to folks.
What are you trying to tell me? That I am the person who has to talk to people?
Well, that is kind of your entire steez, my dude.
Yes, I know.
And I must say, Zafiir is decent at talking to people, but Laszlo, he's got a silver tongue.
Oh yeah, Dad, he's actually a dragonborn. Don't let the spell confuse.
I thought the accent was a little strange.
Yeah.
And then it just... Well, I don't know. How do I want to let it down?
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't.
How long has it been since we walked in that bar?
Not long.
Yeah, probably like
10 minutes,
15 minutes tops.
Oh, cool. I still have 45 minutes of this then.
I would say
Yeah, hang on to that.
I would say if we're splitting up, Jackson and Zafiir, you hit up town, and Dad and I can
concentration.
Dad and I can hit the outskirts and see if we can't pick up any trails before we link back up.
Okay, Zafiir, I will stand behind you and look intimidating if I need to. Maybe I will find a nice holy man to talk to, because turns out I like them.
Shaboy needs to heal a
Sure.
bit. Because I'm still at like half health from that friggin' harpy
Sure.
fight.
Also true.
Okay.
Unless the level up
do
took care
have-
of that for us.
You know what? The level up can cover it. The level up can cover it. That's fine.
Does that give me my spell slots back too?
Yes.
Eyebrows. Awesome. Alright, well, I'm talking to people, so I guess that's what I will be doing.
I will be following Zafiir.
I, with my -1 charisma, will be heading into the woods.
All right. Sounds good.
And I would ask Dad to go with me.
All right. I can't go too deep in just because I'm here as a merchant, and it would look very suspicious if I was just wandering around deep in people's workplaces. That's another thing. The three of you should attempt to keep, if you're going places where maybe you shouldn't be, do try to keep a low profile. It's fine if, you are government agents here, sent here to look for people, but you don't want to get too caught up in things.
I will do my level best.
Excellent. I appreciate that.
Zafiir, as Laszlo say,
of course,
straightens up and fix his clothes and says, "Don't worry, Laszlo's got this." and he strolls out the back of the wagon.
Oh,
I'm
wait
glad.
for me!
So, you are walking down the main street. Lots of different stores and shops. You see a blacksmith, you see a grocer, you see a tanner, a schoolhouse. There's a weird store with like a skull with smoke around it. And of course there's the inn. You remember from last time that the building that the inn is in also happens to be the same building that the town hall is in.
He did mention that a teacher was missing, yes?
Yes, there was a teacher, a veteran, and a woodworker.
Yes.
I believe. Yes. Ha!
Perhaps
I am very, very good at remembering things.
Perhaps the schoolhouse would be a good place to start.
That makes a lot of sense. What do you think, Gary?
Yeah, probably. I guess.
All right, Gary, can you make yourself invisible or something, Gary?
I mean, I can kind of dip back to the Fae for a little while if that works for you guys.
That might be good, because we're trying to keep a low profile.
He crawls into your pocket, and you look into your pocket, and he's just gone.
That was weird. I do not understand magic. I'm trying, though. All right, Laszlo, after
you. Say as you walk next to... It's funny, because you're walking next to Zafiir, who, up until this point, is, like, taller than you are, just because he's Dragonborn, he's slightly bigger.
Sure.
And so you're just walking next to some brown-haired white dude who's just, like, strolling down the road, like, doo-da-doo-da-da-da-da-da. Why, hello, fellow humans. It's very nice to see you all.
You're making me sad, Laszlo.
All right, let's go.
All right. So you're going to the schoolhouse.
The schoolhouse.
As you are approaching it, it's actually loud. Like, you hear children inside, and the two of you open the door, and you see inside a frazzled-looking man standing at the head of the classroom. He's balancing a book in one hand, and he's pointing to the blackboard with some sort of a terrible-looking metal instrument. And he looks up at the two of you as you come in, and he's like, "Oh, thank God. Excuse me, children. Excuse me. I must see our visitors. Why, hello. And he puts the stuff down, and he comes, "Now, children, be quiet. Please continue to do your problems. Hello, how can I help you?"
Well, we have just come to ask a couple of questions, but I see that your hands are a little full at the moment.
Gee, I didn't even realize I was using that. No, I'm terribly sorry. No, it's no trouble at all. Please, excuse me, children, I need to step into my office.
You know what, sir? It's actually very important that you answer our questions. So if you would go with Mr. Laszlo here, I will gladly take over teaching your class.
Oh. Make a persuasion check. DC 5.
With pleasure. With pleasure.
Jackson, what have you done?
Everything I could hope.
I have rolled an 18.
All right. So, Jackson, you have rolled an 18. So with that, he's like, "You know what? That sounds excellent. What is your name, sir?"
Silver. Captain Silver. It looks like these little
a captain
tots could use a little bit of discipline.
Excellent.
Yes, look at that pin. And I point at his captain's pin.
And he kneels down to inspect it, and his eyes go wide for a second. Zafiir's a little close to Jackson for you to be able to see this, but Laszlo, why don't you go ahead and roll me an insight check.
Oh, please don't start referring to him as Laszlo all the time when he's in disguise.
Oh, only when he's in disguise.
That is 19, good sir.
With the 19, he is startled to see somebody of Jackson's stature here.
Now, don't be intimidated, sir. He is a kindly captain, if any.
I'm absolutely certain, sir. Yes, please, let's, how about you and I step into my office back here, and, Mr. Silver, the class is yours for a few moments. And the two of you walk into the back room, and in the back of the schoolhouse, a wall has been unceremoniously busted out, and he leads you into a foul-smelling room. Roll me a history check.
That is a 21.
You're in a tannery.
Aw, gross.
Oh.
Like, with, like, so, like, hides.
Yeah.
And shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. On all the oil and tar and nasty shit.
And you see that wicked-looking metal instrument. He sets it down next to a bunch of other nasty instruments sitting all in a row. It looks like he got taken away from his work and pulled into teaching. All right. How can I help you?
What happened to the wall there?
Honestly,
I can't.
Brandon vanished one day, and I had to take over.
Was that were they the teacher?
Yeah, Brandon was the teacher, and he bang up job of it. Good kid. Bit of a dweebus, but, you kind of need that. And he did that, and then he was gone one day, and then, I had a wall that had joined, so, Mayor King knocked it down, and, now I'm doing both, while we try and find a new teacher, or Brandon. God, can we get Brandon back?
Do you happen to have any idea what happened to him?
I wish I did. River, carry me. Seriously, he was just gone.
Do we know who the last person to see him was?
I mean, I guess it was me. Our shops are adjoined, but I knew him well enough. I guess we both grew up in the area, but we never really ran together. Bit of a dweebus, like I said.
Well, you see, and I very quickly, pull open, my, robe or whatever.
Sure.
And at the same time get, minor illusions so it looks like I have some sort of pin or badge on the inside.
Okay.
And it just, real quick, open and close it.
Okay.
As you see, I have been sent here to investigate the recent disappearances, and any information you can give me would be greatly appreciated.
Deception.
You want me to make you a deception?
Yes, please.
I'm going to make that deception for you.
Use the ring.
I don't need to, homies. That's a 24.
All right.
Nice.
He kind of leans back and leans up against one of the vats of chemicals that's in the room. And he's like, well, I mean, look, the mayor gave me the spare key to Brandon's place, to look through, see if there was any fucking school supplies in there that I might be able to make use of. You're welcome to see if there's anything on there that I didn't see. And he, hands you a big brass key.
Why, thank you very much. Did he seem, because I don't know if it was just you, but you seemed a lot more exasperated after I made my deception roll.
Roll an insight check.
Can I roll in? Yeah, to see if, the authority made him be like, That's a 12.
Lots of people are afraid of cops. Might not just be, into the authority digging into him. He definitely was a little bit more exasperated, but he is also a tanner that has been forced to become a teacher. And as somebody who forced themselves to become a teacher for a short while last week, forcing myself into that position was difficult enough. I could only imagine being forced into it by the mayor of Bowling Green.
This is fair. Fantastic. Well, if you don't mind, I would love to go take a look around.
Please, do whatever you need.
Wonderful.
Roll me a perception check.
Come on, baby. Dice are hot today. It's 21.
Okay, hold on to that number for me, please. I'll get back to you in a second. And Jackson, what the fuck have you been doing?
So,
Yay!
so you two turn back into the room, and all of the desks have been pushed to the sides of the room, and we are all sitting crisscross applesauce in a circle, right? And I have pulled out my very tiny stone sword from Gaia. And it is the talking stick, and we're sharing our feelings about what's happened with all of these missing people and how we feel about it, in the hopes that one of these kids spills something that we need to know.
Yo, out of the mouth of babes.
That's not bad, actually.
God damn it,
smart. Like,
fucking roll me a straight D20.
Roll a what?
Roll me a straight D20.
Okay.
you got this.
14.
Okay. The kids seem relatively at ease. It's been grown-ups that have been going away. It hasn't been kids. And while Mr. Brandon was the first one to go away, it hasn't been any of us, so we think we might be okay. But there's a little kid towards the back, Braden. And Braden's like, yeah, I mean, I've been having a really hard time sleeping the past couple of nights, and I've been having that trouble since, like, before Mr. Brandon went away. It's just like, I just keep hearing this noise, like, off in the distance. And another kid on the other side of the room's like, you're lying. That didn't happen.
Hey, Braden has the talking stick. Wait your turn.
Thank you, Mr. Silver. Yeah, I just keep, I've been having we keep waking up in the middle of the night, and it just keeps going dink, 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 dink. And a kid sitting a couple rows down, like, just gestures out, it's like, give me the stick, give me the stick, give me the stick. And he passes it off to the other kid. Lizzie is like, yeah, I've been hearing it too. Over on the east side of town, over towards the southeast side of town. We were neighbors, you see, and we were both hearing it.
That's very interesting. Thank you for sharing. Would anyone else like to share?
For however long it takes Laszlo and the Tanner to get back, you are treated to child feelings.
Wonderful. When they come back in, I go, oh, thank you all for sharing, and I hope we've all learned something today. Now, I know this isn't Mr. Brandon, but you need to listen to him too. Can y'all all do that for me?
Uh-huh.
Good. Bye.
Mm-hmm.
Deuces.
Wait, Lizzie. I need my talking stick back. It's very important to me.
Okay, here you go. And she hands it back
Lizzie.
to you.
And I give her a little pat on the head. And I look at Laszlo, and my eyes just stream, get me the fuck out of here now.
I was like, yeah, I've been hearing it too.
This is the best bit we've ever done.
It's up there.
You know.
It's a decent bit.
Okay.
All right. I would like to go use this key on whatever.
Okay, we can absolutely move towards doing that, but first, we have to take another path. I got to make one too. That is going to take us back to the Sybil Work Boys.
That's me. And
That's you. Okay, you have roughly 3 directions to be looking. You can go to the west, you can go to the north, and you can go to the east.
Northwest, east?
Yes.
Let's start west. Make our way around.
Okay. Alrighty. Sounds good. So what I'm going to have you do is go ahead and make me a survival check. At advantage because you have your father with you.
Yeah. Well, I have a +5, so 15.
15?
The other one was a natural 1.
Okay. So it does take you a little bit longer than anticipated. You're still going to find what there is to find out there, but what that means for you is that this is going to take the entire time that the other 2 are going to be doing their 2 things.
Sure, okay.
Okay. Light streams through the ruined rafters as you pick your way through the overgrowth. While the rest of the stands of trees are well maintained, this one seems to have been left largely alone. For a moment, you almost think the regimented shadows from above are simply meticulously grown branches until you see the massive stone wall loom from behind the vines and trees, with a single massive hole carved in the middle. It would be entirely unremarkable, but for the fact that this wall, as well as the others that you can now see looming out of the forest surrounding you, is entirely smooth. There's no breaks for bricks, not even a sign of a chisel.
Okay.
Go ahead and make me an investigation check.
Sure. With my big ol' 0 intelligence, that's a 15 again.
Okay, you are actually going to get 2 things with this. First of all, you are, as you're looking around, you see back behind, right in front of that big wall, there is an altar. And you start to kind of poke around it a little bit. And it seems relatively unremarkable. It's more of a pulpit than an altar. I use those words interchangeably to my detriment. But yeah, you're at the pulpit and you're looking around. There's nothing in there anymore. But there is a bench seated right behind it. And it looks a little longer than you think it should be. And you're kind of looking under it. And sure enough, you look under there, there's a trap door. Oh. And that trap door has not accumulated any dust or dirt.
So it hasn't been used recently. Or it has been used recently, rather. Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Is that both the things?
No, the other thing is you get a random roll on the item table.
Hey!
3d10.
3d10. Rolling them bones. Let's go with 826.
826.
Yes,
That's too far. 800. I'm waiting for you guys to use the same number once.
There's a 1,000 chance.
You have, this is perfect for you. This would not be good for anybody else. You find a beard comb.
Good.
Love it.
What's the comb made out of?
Brass and sapphires.
Ooh.
It's very shiny.
Fancy comb.
I just kind of pocket that.
Yep.
I pick it up. The fuck? Pocket it.
All right. You pocket it, and but with that, you have found a trap door. That you actually, I should also mention this about that trapdoor. You can't open that right now. The bench that is sitting over top of it is stone. So it looks like if anybody is using this thing, they are like moving the bench and then using the trapdoor.
Okay. I point the trapdoor out to my ever so lovely father. Just kind of gesturing to the pulpit. What do you make of that?
Well, that's, certainly could be a venue for people to be getting out of Dodge somehow.
Mm-hmm.
That could be where they're hiding. I don't rightly know.
You want to help me move this? You want to go take a look?
We can certainly give it a shot. We might, so here's the thing. We're outsiders. We're not technically supposed to be this far back into the woods. If we make a bunch of noise while we move this, we might be seen.
Sure.
How about
this? Let's finish our loop, see what we can find, and then maybe we come back here once we link up with the other two.
That sounds like a good plan. All right. It's starting to get dark. We should head back into town.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right. So the two of you start heading back into town. All right.
Not happy about it. I want to keep looking, but I understand the consequences of someone potentially catching us out late at night. I'm anxious. Like Mordecai's anxious. Like he wants to.
Yes. Absolutely. Hey, remember that 21 perception roll that you did?
Yes.
Okay. As you are walking out of the school, there's a low stone wall that goes like around the outside of the school. You see a little wooden rat.
A wooden rat.
A wooden rat. Like a little, like, maybe like 3 inches by an inch tall.
Can I go up to it?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
It speaks to you.
It doesn't move, does it?
No, it is a wooden rat.
I mean, it's a world of magic. I just turned it from a dragon into a white dude.
That's fair.
Like, anything's possible. Yeah, okay. Well, then, yeah, I'm gonna pick the thing up.
Okay. You pick up you pick it up. It is cute. It has a little frying pan on its back.
What the fuck?
Like drawn on its back, or like an
It's like carved on.
little one?
Like carved on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to use Eldritch Sight on it.
Okay.
Is it magic?
What does Eldritch Sight actually do?
So it's detect magic.
Sure.
Is what it is. So I see an aura of magic. And if it is magical, I can figure out its school.
Okay. Let's take a look here.
Of magic. Feet of water dirt.
Okay. It is, you are getting a hint of divine. Barely any.
When you say divine, do you mean because Zafiir did look over my oh shit potion, which was defined as divine? Does it have a similar flavor?
Yes.
Whoa.
Hey, so Zafiir, come on, the house is up there. Come on, man.
Grab it.
I know. Yeah, I already said I picked it up. I'm gonna grab it. I'm going to Hey, Caddy.
Yes.
What is this?
I have no earthly idea. That's something new. It looks like a little charm, perhaps. A token.
The question is, why does it have a frying pan on top of it?
Oh, that's what that is. I thought it was a hat.
No.
Maybe he likes to cook.
I'm gonna like wrap it up in something.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna put it in my bag.
Okay. You wrap it up in it.
Well, maybe just like my pocket.
Okay. You slide it in your pocket.
It's my favorite D&D trope. Oh, or video game trope of, oh my god, this thing may be or is insanely evil. It's okay, we're gonna wrap it in a towel.
Yep.
Yeah, right. A towel will conceal it.
Yes, it will conceal it and keep us from being corrupted or possessed.
That's right.
That's how it
This
works.
unspeakable
How it
evil
works.
cannot penetrate 2 inches of 100% cotton.
It's all about that thread count.
It's a fluffy, fluffy towel.
All right. So the two of you are going to Brandon's house. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. So Brandon lives in the heart of town, just down Main Street. His home is nice, made of wood and cobblestone. You unlock the door without any fuss. The interior is what you would expect of an individual living in such a space too large for one person. Frame drawings line the wall of a small family, but stop around the time a boy is around the age of 15. Possessions are scattered about everywhere, not in any way that would indicate a struggle, but in one that would indicate the normal clutter of life. You both can roll me investigation checks.
Great.
Nice.
16.
18.
Okay. Jackson, you find a school ledger. You find this is obviously Brandon's personal notebook of what he keeps his grades in, and, you know, he's got some lessons plans going. It looks like things that could be useful to somebody trying to act as a teacher. While most of the students are succeeding, he has noticed that there's a couple of them down that have been complaining about noises in the night waking them up, and it's actually been affecting their grades. You would remember, these are the two students that spoke up in class.
Huh. You know, Zalazlo?
How long has it been?
Lasfear.
It's probably been about a total of like 2 hours at this point. We're getting into late evening.
Oh, well then, yeah, I'm back to Zafiir.
Yes.
I feel like probably once I left the school,
Yeah.
I changed back. I do want to add that when I'm Laszlo Sose, my tooth cap just becomes like
A golden
the Joe
tooth.
Pesci from
Yeah,
like the golden tooth,
Yeah.
like Joe Pesci from Home
Yeah, no,
Alone.
I was there. I'm there.
Nice.
All right.
All right, cool. We're in this house.
Okay, you're in that house. And you have just found...
He found a ledger.
Okay, and Jackson found the ledger, and Zafiir, go ahead and make me that random item roll.
Yeah, I haven't got it wrong one of these since I found the drug bugs.
More drug bugs.
More drug
Whatever.
bugs. We gotta go back.
Wait, hold on. I want to call my shot.
Okay.
Whatever Zach rolls on this is somehow how we are going to come up with haunted house game.
Okay.
That's my shot. I'm calling it.
All right. What is it, Ryan? I mean, Zach. Whichever one you are.
Hi, I'm Zach.
You.
404. There's been an error.
All right.
404 item not found.
All right.
That's it. You get nothing.
God, I hope it's empty. All right.
God, I hope I get it.
I like how you don't
I hope
know
I get
everything
it.
that's in here, Chase.
I mean, there's 1,000 things.
No,
in
yeah, I
there.
get it.
A lot
But
of
it's like
stuff.
you don't know until you roll. None of us know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. You find... Here we go. There it is. All right. You find a little toy bullet.
Aww.
Yeah.
Nice.
And its mouth can be opened. And it's a big enough size that, like, if you open its mouth, you could use it as, like, a little shovel.
Or a bottle opener.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
Fantasy bottle opener. Canon.
That's so good, considering our first episode, or episode 0 of Pet Shop. We talk about bullets a lot.
Yeah.
We do. Bullet ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Was it Billy Bullet,
Billy
right?
the Bullet.
Hey, if you don't know what they're talking about, then we haven't launched that show yet. And if
Donate
you would
to
like
our
to know what they're
Patreon.
talking about, join our Patreon at the $10 and up level, and you can have access to that show right now.
Woo!
Or whenever it gives you access to it. I'm not entirely clear on that process. Anyways.
Oh, yeah.
Just a
Haunted bullet. Haunted bullet. We go into a massive bullet, and we have to find our way out, and the inside of it is all the ghosts of the people it's eaten.
Well, you can't...
Aegis 3's inside story?
Yeah! Boom. There you go. We're right
You are all
before you,
very
Chase.
squirrely tonight.
I was gonna say that's probably the best zinger you're gonna get tonight, folks. I think I should just clock out. I'll see you guys later.
All right.
Bye, Zach.
Okay. Bye, Zach. Replacing
Love you.
Zach will be Laszlo Sose.
Oh, whoa! How are you doing today?
All right, can we continue with this fucking game, please?
All right.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us here on Another Path. You can find our website at anotherpathpodcast.com, on Twitter at anotherpathpod, and on Facebook at facebook.com/anotherpathpodcast. You can support our efforts by donating at patreon.com/anotherpath, or by giving us a rating and review over on Apple Podcasts or whatever podcatcher will let you do a review. You can also find me on Twitter at CQLoudly, Ryan at Ryan_Albrecht, Griffin at Griffcold, and Zach at ThatGuyZachRob. We'll be back in 2 weeks with a new episode, and until then, remember that the solution to many of life's problems is the judicious application of a talking stick.